The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everybody get up.
Welcome to the Girls of 28A. I'm Julia Singowski here with Trisha Centenera. And today we're going to be bringing on a very special guest, Guillermo Rodriguez, as we talk about the recent Sundance Audience Best Choice Award-winning film, Metro Manila. But before we get to that, and I'm really excited to show clips about this, we have our host pick. So first we would like to, Trish, this is your pick actually, so...
You go first. Yours are good.
Oh, are we okay? All right. Well, I know that Amanda Bynes, she's been crazy for a while. I recently found out how crazy she is, and I used to love her. You can remember her from the actress in All That on Nickelodeon when she was like 10 years old, and then she did that soccer movie, She's All That. Then she was in Hairspray. And I mean, look how cute. She was such a cute girl. And recently, as Trish likes to say, she's taken over the Lindsay Lohan role of being crazy in Hollywood. And especially, I am a new Twitter follower of hers because whenever I am sad, I like to read her tweets. She has a hot category and an ugly category for every celebrity and every person. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, according to Miss Bynes, are ugly, as she liked to say. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are ugly. She loves plastic surgery. She has a bipolar love-hate relationship with Drake. She says Drake has ugly, downward-facing eyes, but then the next tweet is, Drake stalks me but isn't following me on Twitter. He's ugly and I won't stop making fun of his ugly face. I laugh at every photo I see of him. But then she'll say, I am in love with Drake. He's so hot. I'm getting plastic surgery for Drake.
What I love about this little host pick of this week is how enthusiastic you are, Julia.
Well, I mean, because when I first saw this, I thought it was a joke. I was like, this is brilliant. She's probably doing this because it's great publicity. I mean, how can anyone be this crazy? Like, read her tweets.
But you know what, though? She has been on TMZ and E! News and everything, and everyone's just like, oh, the poor girl, like, Kawawa.
So that's like, do you think
her career's over,
real?
done.
Do you think
of
she really is
of course.
crazy, or this is an act?
No, I just think that she's gone off the rails. She's a child star, like Britney and like Lindsay Lohan and everyone, so...
Amanda Bynes for real.
There you go. My pick of the week is every boyfriend's worst nightmare if you were an actor, which is very fitting for today considering that we have an actor on. My pick of the week is Ryan Gosling and his interview with his ex-girlfriend. It's not really his ex-girlfriend, but check this out.
Nice to see you again.
It's really great to see you too. You look very handsome. We're gonna talk about Tractor. But before we get to that, where have you been for the last 6 months?
I spent a little time in a tent.
I'm sorry, did you say you lived in a tent?
Yeah.
Is a tent a metaphor for something involving me?
It's a long story.
You want to keep this professional? I understand. Let's talk about Frisian. So, I have no idea what it's about. Never seen it, never will.
Yeah.
Obviously, you went through some really hard times since we broke up. I mean, you lived in this tent. My family was really worried about me. How did your family and friends feel about us being apart?
My family was so excited. You know, it was really nice to see my family be so excited and proud, and my mother to feel validated in a way.
That is the kind of thing that you say behind someone's back and not to their face. You know I have a new boyfriend, right? You know that he works at Abercrombie. Let's keep this professional, talk about the movie, Rupture. I'm gonna bring out my best question. You ready? I worked really hard on this. Describe yourself in third person.
He does everything, and he does everything perfect. You know, he's an incredible painter, composer, writer, director, actor. I mean, he does everything. If he never stops.
Clearly, since our breakup, you have not suffered from a lack of self-esteem. I have. Remember when we just used to like laugh? My feelings for you are like crazy strong.
Yeah, no, me too.
So we're back together?
Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess.
That was a yes. I'll take it as a yes. We're together forever, permanently. Our hearts are bound together for life, but we are perfect for each other, and we are soulmates. And if you ever say anything other than the fact that we're soulmates, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
We are full on crazy in love back together. And obviously that whole boyfriend thing was like a complete lie. He doesn't even exist. But unless you don't want to get back together, and then he fucking exists. And he's my boyfriend. And you're dead to me. Now that I have you permanently back in my life forever, I am ready to ask some real questions about Frampton. First question I have is, what is this movie about?
Erin Foster, she basically is just a comedian and she just like cuts things together and she's fucking hilarious. I had a girlfriend who sent that to me because that would just be every actor's worst nightmare. Could you imagine going to a junket and having crazy loopy girl turn and be like, so where the fuck have you been? In saying that, let's introduce our guest. He is JM Rodriguez.
Hello, girls.
How are
I'm sorry
you?
I made my short.
No, you're okay.
I like that leg. Flash that leg.
Yeah.
So you just saw that video. Before we introduce you, I want you to know, what would you do if you had Crazy Town interview you?
I would actually be really excited.
Would you?
Yeah. I like to punish myself sometimes, you know. I'd just be like, you think you can punish me? I'm gonna punish you.
What? So how would you turn that
Basically,
back
I'll
on?
just challenge myself and be like, you wanna play? Let's play. I have a thing for like torturing myself sometimes.
Jesus.
You know, you have to sort of like turn it around, right? And if you have a way with words, which I think sometimes I do.
You do, that's for sure.
Then we can play.
Well, there you go. Okay, so JM Rodriguez, he is, you were the head of Channel V.
Yes, that's
before
done.
That,
That's all
before
paid
that
for.
closed down. He is one of the owners of Privé Nightclub.
Yay!
As an actor, you have a very strong musical theater background.
Yeah, I did musical theater for like...
Rent, right?
Yeah, and a lot of other plays. I did musical theater from like 1998 to 2005 or 6.
You must have started really young considering you're only 28.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I started really, really young. I am actually a child star.
You
Well,
Yeah, you guys don't know because you were never here. but
Right,
If
we
you
don't know.
Google me, I really am a child star.
well, when we Google you, actually, we see all your Cornetto ice cream
Oh,
commercials.
yes, yes, yes.
Google him, guys.
Yeah, that I
YouTube
did when
that.
I was in grade school.
Jeez.
Oh, but then you were quite a mature young man, young little
Yes,
child.
yes.
No, but we've got JM on today because we want to talk to him about a movie that was made here in the Philippines called Metro Manila
Yes.
that made it to the
Waves
Sundance
in
Film
Sundance.
Festival. And it came out of nowhere.
It did.
It really did because literally you turned to us one day and was like, right, so I did this film, us knowing that you are an actor on top of a number of other things that you do, which I just named, a man of many, many skills. And the next minute, boom, Sundance.
Yeah, just when I said, oh, I think I'm gonna take a little break from my acting career and doing entertainment and just going into another kind of entertainment, which is the clubbing industry. A friend of mine, Sean, who's a British director, he's an award-winning British director, he's an Oscar nominee. He came to Manila and he just loved Manila so much, he said he wanted to do a movie here. And so they cast everything already, and there was this one role that they needed to cast, and it wasn't cast yet. So he called me and he's like, actually JM, you can play that role. It's a role about this guy that like hijacks a plane and like jumps out of it, which is based on a true story. And I said, are you sure? I usually play like the nerdy roles. No. He's like, read about the story. And then when I read the script, I was like, oh, I can play that. He's basically like a young guy that loses it. He's not like a professional hijacker.
I
It's
remember
like-
when you
Yeah.
when we first ever had dinner, you actually had just shot this and you were telling me about it. But before, let's tell the audience what this film is about. So Metro Manila,
Basically, Metro Manila is a story about a husband and a wife that live in the province. They live in Baguio. it's the typical story of like people who live in the province and want to live a better life, so they come to Manila. But they come to Manila thinking, oh, this is paradise, this is where we are gonna make so much money. They get into something that they think is gonna get them money, but actually
Gets
isn't.
them into
Yeah,
trouble.
big
Oh.
trouble.
So
Well-
let's watch the trailer then, because we have one.
You have it?
We
oh,
do.
You guys do your research so well. Let's see. Let's see.
So that looks like a great film right
Wow.
there. And as you can tell, the trailer is in French because this month it will be airing in Paris. So that's
All around Paris.
Ooh, so that's
Yeah,
what
we're so excited. We
I
got picked up
bet.
after Sundance. They bought the film, which is great, right? That means like
It's
they really
amazing.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
exactly. Well, because it won the
Yeah.
few awards in Sundance,
It,
didn't it?
it won. It's called the Audience Award,
Audience
which is
Award.
actually just the People's Choice Award.
Yeah.
Basically, like people that screened the movie at Sundance
Mm-hmm.
that whole week were given ballots, and they actually voted for us. So that's a good thing because we didn't care about what the judges thought. Like it's the people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the everyone
Exactly.
because the judges they're like 3. And like
There's
you
only
know,
3?
There's
Wow.
only 3 judges, and like usually they'll just choose like the typical ones. And,
I
there's always that whole indie thing that they look for. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But this one is like a nice mix of like indie and commercial a little bit.
Because
So
it's a heist movie, isn't it?
yeah, it's a heist movie.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
So I think it's always nice when you get the people's choice more so than the judges. Like
The
what you
judges,
just
yeah,
said,
yeah.
like we did the TED Awards a few weeks back and it was,
Were you
it was
guys nominated?
We were nominated.
Wonderful,
We
wonderful.
were.
That's a good thing.
But Becky Knight's won, but just to be nominated was great. And
Well, Becky Knights is pretty popular.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
they're
actually enjoy
great.
watching
They're
it.
really,
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
But this movie is starring Jake
Macapagal. Yeah, that's the
Uh-huh.
surname of our ex-president, Gloria Macapagal.
The Palace,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes, I should be able to say that. I am so sorry. If you
And who else is there? There's
John Arcelia. The 2 leads are really Jake and John. I play
Okay.
support.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm still happy though that I'm part of the film because it's
We
such
have
a good-
there's a picture of you as the terrorist,
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
terrorist, which is so fitting considering that after our intro to the Ryan Gosling, you were like, oh, I can do crazy. You sure can do crazy.
Yeah, I can do crazy. Yeah.
Well, how many months did it take to film this whole movie? And where?
I think like about 2 or 3 months here. In Manila.
Okay.
Wow.
okay.
This was like shot. I don't remember. Maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
so the director's British, Sean Ellis, and then who was it? A local production team who?
It was a local production
Okay.
team that helped Sean, but post-production was all done in France and in London.
Okay.
And some in New York also. The sound, everything.
And you were saying that this was based on a true story.
My role was based on a
Okay,
true
okay.
story, but like some of it could be based in
Okay.
on true stories because there's like
You just never
Is it
really
in
know.
Tagalog?
happened.
This-
It's in Filipino
Oh, okay.
with subtitle. We're opening here in October.
Oh, you are. We were going to ask
Casey,
you.
that's why.
Okay.
Like, why haven't we been able to see this movie? Why isn't? I mean, this was Sundance,
Huge.
for Christ's sake.
Huge.
Like,
Yeah. I know. That's why I need your help to like really promote it.
Well, this is why we wanted to bring you on the show because, like Julia and I mean, we know you, so we know what an amazing experience it really was for you to go
so
there.
good,
And
so good.
I think we have a few more pictures of you actually on the red carpet and in Sundance. And
you look cold.
Yeah, it's super cold. Basically, it's in Utah, and Park City in Utah is actually in the mountains. So it's like the Baguio of Utah. So if it's cold in Utah, it's colder in Park City.
I used to work in Park City.
Are you
I lived
serious?
in Salt Lake City for 3 years in high school.
Oh, the Mormon country.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I had
So
to drive up the canyon.
You worked in Park City?
Yeah, I had a part-time job at the Ralph Lauren store.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was like 16.
So you know how cold it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
So and at night, like part of what I like about Sundance is there's so many parties. So you want to experience that too. So we would go out, but like, of course, we didn't know anyone, so we had to form a line, and you'd be like outside
In the cold.
shivering, like forming your line. You're like, it's okay, we're gonna get in soon.
But I mean, there's like movie stars everywhere on the street,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
I
you're just
saw.
walking and-
Celine, the other producer, and I were invited to go to this party of Hyde, which is like a really popular club, I think in LA or in Vegas. And I met so many celebrities there. I saw the guy that plays Harry Potter. What's his name?
What? Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe.
My
I was just like
God.
walking to the bathroom, and then I just see him there. And then I saw one of them Victoria's Secret models.
you saw Joseph from
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Is he hot in real life?
Yeah. He's a good-looking kid. I actually have a picture with him.
You do,
I don't
but
know if
I
it's
didn't
there.
pull it down. No. What's this picture here? This is you guys.
This is
on the
us
red-
in the red carpet, just right before our first premiere, which was in a theater, one of the biggest theaters there. And then who else did I see? I met the guy from.
Well,
That's you and Jake on the slopes.
I know. I met the guy from the Suits, Patrick.
oh,
That's where I met
Mike
him.
Ross?
No, yes, Mike Ross.
Oh, okay.
I met him there, and he said he was coming to Manila. So I just gave him my card and I said, "Look, give me a
I'm
call,"
pre-med.
and he did.
Oh, did you take him out here?
I did take him out. I took him out and I took him to Privé and then when I went to LA, he took me out too.
No way!
So we're in touch. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to meet him and his girlfriend from Pretty Little
Pretty Little
Liars.
Liars.
Yeah, Troyan.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just think it's so sad that Manila didn't hear about this.
Yeah, why is
To
that?
get back to that.
Well, hopefully when we open in October, there will be a lot of
So, okay.
promotions and
So they are opening it in Metro Manila in October.
yeah.
Not
In the normal
All the
movie
Normal
house
cinemas,
cinemas.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a question. Like, we heard that a lot of these foreign films about Manila don't get popular here in Manila because for the regular Filipino out there living life, they want to escape, right? That's why everyone goes to the movies, to escape reality.
Right,
So
right.
when they see movies like Metro Manila, it's like just bringing back more of their daily grind.
Exactly.
So that's why they want to see like Cinderella. And
All the
like,
happiness.
Yeah.
And all, yeah.
Do you have do you have an alternative view on that, or
Well,
how do you think Metro
at the end
Manila
of the
would be?
day, I think it's just a movie. Like any movie that we see in Hollywood
Yeah.
that has a plot and has a beginning, middle, and end. And there will be people who will say, oh, you should depict the beautiful part of Manila, but this doesn't. So there should be other movies that they can watch that will. But if anything, this is a well-made movie with Filipino actors. And with a Filipino crew that won in Sundance, so I think that's
I think
proud
we're good.
enough. right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I just think, like, look at the teleseries, and they're just so fairy tale and make believe and so unrealistic.
Angels
and the acting is
Mermaids.
they're workshopped, on the side of the camera before they get on, and it's
Yeah.
just so amazing and so great to see that there's so much fresh raw talent. Jake is amazing. You're an amazing actor as well, and
Thank
John. I'm really excited. Julie and I watched so many. We were like, we need to see another preview. We were looking for the best
and they're all
one.
in French subtitles.
Subtitles,
Like,
yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
Wait,
Wait,
actually, most of the people in the film are theater actors also.
I was gonna say,
so
yeah,
we're
I
all
heard.
theater trained, which is also a good thing, right?
Because I actually met Jake.
Jake did Miss Saigon.
Oh.
That's right,
okay.
with the guy from Fast and the Furious. Is
Yes,
that
Luke
right?
Evans.
Oh,
That's how we met
wow.
Luke, because Luke was playing Chris when he was in London doing the Saigon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so the story is this couple from the north comes down to Manila to live out their city dreams, but then it ends up that the husband starts working as
A security guard.
but is actually smuggling money.
But he doesn't know
He's
it.
actually, he doesn't know, but he's actually being groomed.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
what about his wife? Because I saw some like prostitutes in there.
She had to also find a job. So
Yeah.
that's what
Okay.
happens.
And then
right?
where do you
their
come
their
into play?
paradise Manila becomes like
Hell.
hell, sort of.
And then
Yeah.
you're a tourist on a plane?
Basically, Jake's character, the
Okay.
lead guy, used to work for my father's factory, and so he saw everything that happened. My father gets killed, so he narrates the story. So my character comes in the middle, the beginning, middle, and end. So it's sort of like weaves the whole story together.
Does he
Yeah.
do you kill some do you kill the main character? Are you
No,
allowed
no,
to
no,
say?
no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what the ending is, but
Okay.
it's a super twist. Like you would not expect it at all.
Just like we
It's
wouldn't
a great
expect
story.
such a
Like
great film.
Sean
to-
wrote it so well.
So it was written by Sean, directed
Yeah, and some
by
other
Sean.
person. I think him and his other friend.
Okay.
But
okay.
most of it Sean, yeah. It's
Wow.
hard to actually be a writer and director at the same time. Sometimes like, there are shots that you don't want to take out.
Because you put so much heart into writing
But you
it.
don't do that, right?
Yeah.
And here Sean was really like,
He was controlled.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
stayed on point
Yeah,
and
yeah.
great. Okay, well we are going to take a really quick break, and when we come back, we will talk to JM about some other special stuff.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a game Chubby Bunny, but
Wait.
have you played Chubby Bunny before?
No.
You put a marshmallow in your mouth, you say Chubby Bunny, and you keep putting it in your mouth, and you keep
Okay.
saying Chubby Bunny.
Okay,
Whoever
let's
can
do it.
fit the most in their mouth wins. But we're not gonna say Chubby Bunny. We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, okay, ka na ba?
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, okay na, okay na.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
2 at a time.
Alright, I'll learn two at a time. Okay ka na ba? What?
Okay, no. Okay, no.
Good.
I just saw it.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay, no. Okay, no.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay, no. Okay, no.
What? Okay. No, not this question.
sayang si Jake.
Welcome back to the Girls of 28A. You're here with Trisha and I and our guest J.M. Rodriguez, and we have been talking about his latest Sundance award-winning film, Metro Manila. But J.M. is actually also known for being quite the night prowler.
It's okay, you can say party monster.
Okay, we're party monster. I think
Night
that's-
prowler sounds pretty good.
Night prowler's
I'm gonna
good.
use that. Night prowler. It's on my Twitter. It says party monster. I should change it to night prowler.
Oh, thanks. I'll take credit for that
Yeah,
one.
trademark it.
You'd never be able to tell by such a young,
Boyish
visage.
look.
Oh,
Yes.
it's just all the Botox.
Literally, I was talking to, I've said this story like a billion times, it's old already, but I've been like, Trish, maybe it'd be a whole great segment to just talk about how to stay young looking,
Yeah.
even though you party so much. And Trisha's like, Julia, Botox.
Just
He'll
Botox.
answer in one question, and the podcast will be this.
It's
I
all
was like,
there.
well, you talk about healthy living and being exercising and no.
But you, okay, wait. So you grew up in musical theatre, and you're a child star. How did you transition? How did you transition from going from musical theatre into nightclubs? Because I know that you are a bit of a dancer still. You like going to do your hip hop classes and things like that.
Yeah.
So how did you break away from musical theatre and go into that business side of things?
Well, I've always been a party boy. Even when I was in college, I always went out, and I think old enough to know a lot of people. And so Eric Kua, who has an empire of clubs in this country, went up to me and said, we're opening this other club and we'd like for you to be a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was perfect because at that time I had just quit Channel V and I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't want to go back to my whole acting career and just depend on that. So I put my savings in Privé and I got it all back in 3 months.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? Because normally it
Yeah.
takes what, like 3 years?
A year at
A
least.
year?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3
Yeah.
months, and it's still going so strong.
It
Well,
is,
we were
I'm so
there
happy.
the weekend, and it was.
Yeah. Well, our goal was to bring back everyone to the fort, and we already did that with the help also of the other clubs beside us. So it's great because now the strip is really the entertainment, center.
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. You park there and then you can bar hop, which is great because that's what Pinoys love to do. They don't want to stay in one place, right? So you can choose from like Imperial, Draft, everything's there,
Haze.
Urban, Haze,
So,
and Prive.
for all of those people who are non-Manila viewers, if you come to the Philippines, you
gotta go to the Fort Strip.
have to go to the Fort Strip and you will see the amazing actor, ex-Channel V host, and nightclub
Cornetto
owner,
star.
/// You're just so multi-talented. It just blows my mind. Like, Julia's from the States and I'm from Australia, and just to be able to do so many things in the Philippines, it's not easy because everyone is so talented. But for you then to rise above that and to actually be recognized in each field that you do, because as a host, like that I've turned to you on many occasions, and when I first started out saying, hey JM, you need to help me and critique me. I think we've had a dinner before where we've all sat
Yeah.
down and gone, okay, and
this
you've
is what
gone,
you should do.
you've gone,
Yeah.
Trish, you're a bit pitchy, you need to modulate more. and-
Apparently, JM is a host. I always thought you were a professional Gangnam dancer, as I would like to share with everyone.
Oh my God, you guys
Wait,
do
we've
your
got
research so
some.
well.
We've got some other videos. I don't know which one we have.
You
Let's
have?
see which Pico brings up.
Oh yeah, but we did some.
Con los terroristas. Con los terroristas.
That
So
was
if you
funny,
guys
right? Did you
did-
see Stephen's end?
Stephen, we actually are bringing him on, I think, next week with the
Okay.
guys from the cave. But if you didn't pick which one JM was, he was the main dancer of that film clip right there.
Sorry,
pretty
my
much-
bad. I introduced the wrong video.
Well, we have
No,
got
it's
the
okay.
other one. I think we've got Pico. We've got voila.
None.
You know what?
What, you
I'm
mean
going to
you
put it
have a
onto
video
our
of me?
Facebook. I do.
Are you
I'm going to
serious?
put, for everyone who's
Where?
watching, make sure that you like us on Facebook. And I am going
Oh
to
my
post
God.
JM Rodriguez doing the Gangnam
Crazy.
style. It was on New Year's Eve.
The
just to
best.
show
Oh
another
yes, I
talent over
remember.
here.
Oh, there you
Uh-huh.
go. That is so embarrassing.
So, okay, so we are able to see Metro Manila in October.
October.
Unless you're
October.
in France this month.
Unless you guys are in France, yes, this is seen all around the world.
Are there
so
who's going to?
I'm sure you have French fans.
Is Jake going to? Is Jake or anyone
Going to France?
Celine or John?
Well, I'm
or-
gonna be there, so I'll be able to watch it. I'm going there on vacation.
Oh, fun!
It's our privé company thingamajig, so I'm gonna be
Wow.
there. But I'm not gonna be there when it opens, like on opening night. But I'll be there when it opens. So
You
Well, I
preview
mean,
boys
during,
are
yeah.
always going on these crazy R&D trips.
no, they're actually
Research trips.
trips. Oh,
Yeah,
it's not
R&D.
really R&D. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Research trips. Okay, well, JM, where can we find you? Where can people tweet you
Yeah.
or?
They can tweet me. They can find me JM_RO.
Party monster.
That's my Instagram and my Twitter. Come on, I need more followers.
You need
I'm
more
only
followers?
like in 180 something thousand. I want to reach
Oh my
1
god,
million.
you're so pathetic. Only 180,000.
I have like a couple of thousand. Boo for me. But anyway,
Okay.
okay, so
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Jan. And guys, we always
Thanks,
are wanting
girls.
to thank you, and we always are wanting to hear from you all as well. Tell us if you think we're funny, if we're not, what you would like to hear us cover on our show.
You guys should read your like negative.
I
tweets.
actually wait. You know what? I'm gonna actually
Always
read
read
a
the
tweet.
bad ones.
I'm gonna read a tweet
I used to have a show
right
and I
now.
always just read a bad one.
You're
Because
fat.
they're more
and ugly.
entertaining.
We
It's
we
more
haven't got
entertaining,
any
yeah.
bad ones yet, but we do.
Okay,
have,
well, come, bring it.
Bring it on.
Do it.
Check
do
it.
We've got one girl who tweets us quite a lot. It's Tasha_Katrina. She is a lovely, sweet girl from Bangkok. She is always commenting and telling us how much she loves the show, and
Wow,
she
she's
compliments
Thai.
us on our fashion and
so
and
nice.
uses us as her peg. So
Thanks, girl.
honey. So keep tweeting us at thegirls28A or email us at thegirls28A. I'm Trisha Santanera. This is Julia Snagowski. We have got J.M. Rodriguez. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are at
Thank you.
Beyond the Box Studio 1 Rockwell in Makati.
It's so
the
cool
Philippines.
here. Seriously, it is.
So who wants to come on and be a guest next? Why don't you tweet us and let us know.
And you just might be that lucky one. Until next time.
Bye, guys.